Yes, you can be a really successful real estate agent and have a family or personal life that you enjoy. It's not either or. My name is Alisia Krastel. This is your first time stopping by. This channel is all about growing your real estate business and simplifying it through really powerful strategies and systems to help you grow. If that sounds like you, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you always get notified when we drop a video to help you grow your business. Today, we're going to talk about 7 ways that can really help you pull off being an amazing agent with great service and having your clients feel like they're your only client while still having time for your family, not saying no, missing all the things and having all the guilt. Regardless if you are a mom, a dad, a sister, a brother, a spouse, single, you deserve to have personal time, and this is how we're going to do it. And number 7 pulls them all together and makes them all more powerful. If you have that, you are unstoppable. So stick around for 7. Number 1 is having a vision for what you actually want. Regardless of what level you are at, if you've just started, if you've been in the business 20 years, it's real easy to let someone else's vision creep in or not have one at all. The clearer you can be about what you actually want, which means how much money do you want to make? What things do you want to do personally? What kind of clients do you want to work with? How many clients? Where your business should come from? Really think about what your end goal is here, because if you aren't working your vision, I know it's cliche, but you're working someone else's, whether it's your spouse's, your friends, your broker who wants you to do more business. You want to get what you want out of this. And you have to keep your eye on that target, because once you start looking at other people's visions, you go off course real quick. 2 is we need to kick right down the street this mentality that you just take what you can get, right? It doesn't matter what the market is like, how much business you have, how slow things are. You don't have to just take what you can get, because that reinforces in your subconscious that that's all you deserve. You can have standards and say, look, I'm not going to take anybody out who's not pre-approved, period. Right? That's not ever happening. Or I'm going to go after a certain community with a certain price point. That's okay. You don't have to just take what falls in your lap. You can go get what you want. Think about a friend or a family member who is dating a crummy person, and you just tell them, oh, well, just take what you can get, right? Like we would never say that. Like a kid, we would never say, just keep dating that person. It's as good as you can get for right now. Maybe later on in your life, you'll get a better partner. Like never. Why would we say it in your real estate business? Which leads me to number 3, which is surround yourself with people who know the direction that you're going, that believe that that can happen. Like if you want to build your business organically, don't get in a Facebook group that's all about cold calling, because all they're going to do is distract you from what you're trying to do. If you believe in what you're doing, there are people out there who are trying to do the same thing. There might be less of them because there are so many people in real estate that just follow the mainstream, right? They just follow what they've been told by their brokerage, and they don't veer off course, even though veering off course would be better for them. Remember, the real estate industry makes a lot of money off of agents, helping them lead generate and do all the things they want them to do. So there is an agenda behind most of these things that you're seeing and hearing. They want to make money off of you. Also, when you get around people who are doing the same thing, when they do great things, you're like, yes, and that you borrow belief in each other. So when they're doing it, you're like, they did it, I can do it too. 3 is to manage expectations better with clients, with prospective clients. This is along every step of the process, from the very beginning to when you're under inspection time and you're saying, look, during inspection, we're setting this up with really good expectations, right? Like mom, dad, uncle, cousin, they can all come, but you're telling the buyer right up front, like, look, they're going to be nitpicky. That's what they do. That's their job. What we're going to do is we're going to take what the inspector has said. You and I are going to go through this and see what you want to request repaired, nothing. Like we'll go through this strategically, but we want to bring them in and let them know up front what their family member, friend's going to do. So you have control over the situation. Have expectations about what the process is going to look like, real expectations, and always setting them up ahead of time so they're not surprised. For example, when you list a house, tell the seller that, you don't control the feedback, that probably about half of the agents are going to respond. You're going to try to track down feedback, but some don't, some do. And by the way, you'll probably get some feedback that says your house is priced too high. Probably going to get some that says your house is too low, and then some's going to say price just right. Some might say your house is ugly. Really, it means nothing about your house. It's just one person's opinion. So don't get hung up on that. I find if you don't control that up front, sometimes they can go off the rails about that. But if we let them know, like, this is just how it works, then they're okay. Seems like a small thing, but just those two things will save you so much time in your career that you'll be able to do more transaction more fluidly. Then you compound that with everything that you do in all your processes. You're setting really clear expectations. Things run so much smoother. And when they run smoother, you get more referrals from the clients that you have. See how this all comes together? Number 5 is boundaries and setting them. Setting boundaries can help give you more time to grow your business. It can help you give you more time to actually take care of the clients that you have and to be with the people that you actually care about personally. I know people want to say this is a 24/7 business. I will highly push back on that and say if you're working 24/7, you're not serving your clients the best. You're tired, you're overworked, you're not making the best decisions, and you're going up against people who have set clear expectations and boundaries that are clear-minded and can come back in negotiations and win. Boundaries can look like a lot of things, and they'll be different for every agent. So whatever it is, maybe you just don't work on Saturday mornings. Well, okay, that's a boundary for you. You're not going to be working Saturday mornings, regardless of what happens. For me, I let my clients know that there are times where I have my phone on silent. I'm always going to check as soon as I'm done whatever activity, or if I'm with a client, I'm going to check and see if I've missed any messages. But I let them know ahead of time why it is like that, and that I will get back to them as soon as I get their message, or I have someone else looking out for their message. But I've set that boundary up ahead of time and shown them how it serves them best. Boundaries is probably one of the hardest things for real estate agents to do because they just want to show their value and show everybody that they're worth what they're worth. Let me know in the comments if you need to set some boundaries, or if you have trouble, type boundaries below in the comments. Once we wrap our head around boundaries, it really does serve the client best. So it's not a selfish thing. It's to serve your business and your clients most. Number 6 is leverage. And yes, you can have an assistant, you can have a TC, you can have all the things that can help you administrative wise, but I'm talking more, but you know about those. So I'm talking more about the leverage with making sure that you're attracting the right type of client, that you're making the right kind of content if you're making content, that you are pacing out your communication plans so you're contacting your people in a way that makes sense for your business to keep it fluid and for you to not be overwhelmed. I also mean layering is leverage. So what you do in your life can be part of your business. You don't have to have everything so sectioned off. If you love tennis or you love going to watch football games, whichever one you want to do, you love book club, you're allowed to do those things. You can give yourself permission to do those. Those are business activities because real estate lead generation is all about conversations. And if you're going to do things you like, you're going to have conversations. I promise they're going to lead to clients. That's leverage in your life and your business. Number 7 is the most important one, and it's to decide right now that it can be done, that you can have whatever business you want, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million a year. You can do that without sacrificing yourself or your family. Because if you don't decide that it can be done, you're always going to find a reason or excuse to not let it happen. But once you're like, yes, 100%, I know that I can do this, you just can't back off of your boundaries and your standards and your expectations, right? If you are going to make every single date night, then you make every single date night, period. It will not come off your calendar, right? Once you've decided that it's a done deal, it's a done deal. It is not about how many hours you put into this business. It is about how strategic you are, how you leverage things, and how you can get results in the least amount of time. When you're an efficient agent, you get to spend time with the people you care about and do things for yourself. Don't let all the people spouting off online saying that you have to be available 24/7 skew what you really want. If you want to lead generate and attract the people who most fit you, make sure you check out this video. And if you got value here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It means the world to me. And comment. I love when I see your comments and I try to respond to every single one.